Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
Welcome to BGP. Today we will be discussing a question that was asked based on a conversation that I had with a few gentlemen and their displeasure with what's being put out there in the social media platforms. The question is, can a man lead if he only makes $40K? $40,000 a year in today's time. I mean, gas prices the way they are, grocery prices inflated the way they are, the housing bubble the way how high it is. Can you really lead a household with $40,000, making $40,000 a year? Adrianne, I'll start with you.
Is this a temporary thing? I guess this okay. It'll be difficult, but I think I would think he would be striving to do something a little bit more. If we're here right now forever at 40,000, that is definitely going to be an issue. I think leading doesn't necessarily have to be based on the amount of money a person makes, though. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Like I said, maybe he has fallen on hard times. All of us have been through this epidemic. Is it called an epidemic? Pandemic. And during the pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs, but now jobs are plentiful. So he could, even in the meantime, as long as he's putting forth an effort to get the money that we need to run our household, I think 40,000 would be okay on a temporary basis. But I need to see him making an effort to do a little bit more, right? That's my opinion. I think we can do with 40,000. We're going to give him an ultimatum. We're going to give him about 6 months. 6 months. I'm going to need to see something different, and maybe give him a list of job searches that he needs to go out on, just to help him get motivated to get something more. Because 40,000 is definitely going to be difficult. But I'm making money too, though, so we're putting it together. Yeah, that might be an issue. It might be an issue. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you because I have some questions.
Okay.
Mona, can a man lead?
What is your definition of lead?
He runs the household. He makes the decisions for the family. He deals with, how the bills are going to be. He runs the household. Can he lead the household making $40,000 a year?
He can lead, period. He's a man. That's his role. That's what he should, because nobody is born a leader, so that's what he grooms himself to do, to be the leader. Being a lead is not just monetarily. He can lead your finances to greatness. Mm-hmm. He can lead your household to greatness. If we're just going to talk about money, I'll wait. Do you have something else?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Adrianne because you said that it would have to be a temporary basis. What if he's comfortable with that 40K? Like with that 40K a year, he's able to manage the bills, like the house is good, that everything is great, and still manage to have enough money to save, let's say, I don't know, $150 or $200 a month. Would that be okay then for him to be the lead?
I think much like Mona says, it's more to leading just the monetary part of it. However, if he can finagle our money around and we can do some stuff with it and he's just making the 40,000, I'm okay with him still leading. But I would need to see maybe he have a little side hustle. Maybe he doing something under the table just so like we can go on a vacation once a year or do something, because we're going to be miserable if we're just making ends meet every single month. And with 40,000, unless I'm making an enormous amount of money. And then in some cases, that is the case where maybe the woman is making more money, but you still allow your husband to lead because that's his role. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of stuff that I'd have to take into consideration.
Could you date a man that makes $40,000 a year?
I could. Mm-hmm. I could. Yeah. I don't think.
Sounds.
I could. I think I could. Yeah. Yeah, I'm believe it or not, I'm really easy to please, but okay. 40,000, I would want us to be able to be in a position where we can pay some bills. We can still enjoy life. Okay. If we're at the point where we are now, where there's no kids in the home, I'm an empty nester. Yes, I could probably work with that. Okay. Like say maybe he's retired and his pension is 40,000. Mm-hmm, you see what I mean? I could maybe work with it. Mm-hmm. Okay. I like that answer. Mm-hmm. Mona?
Are we, see, I'm not getting it. Are we talking about he makes more than me or that he just makes 40,000?
He just makes 40,000.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm going to ask you a question. Most women are Christians. Where in the Bible does it say that a man is a leader because he makes the most money?
It doesn't.
Okay, so it's very disheartening for me to, we can always talk about what we can't do, what we ain't going to do. What he not going to say to us, what he is going to say to us. But we can never think of a way to come together and make things work. He makes $40K, you make more money. What if he saves more money than you? Mm-hmm. Is that workable? You haven't answered the question.
I haven't. Could I, date a man that makes $40,000 a year?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can he lead you?
Can he?
That's the question.
I have no problem with following a man's lead, especially a good leader. So, hypothetically, if he makes $40,000 a year, and he's comfortable in that $40,000, like his bills is good, his credit is good, he has his own, place of residence and all that stuff. To me, that shows he already knows how to manage his money. So I have no problem with dealing with somebody that makes that. If he's comfortable and he's able to manage and he's able to say, yeah, I make that, but look, I can save this. I know how to manage this. My credit score is this. Like if he can do all that,
it's okay.
He good with me. He is good. But when I deal with men, like I said, once they assert that leadership role in my life, I have no problem with submission. So yeah, he can lead the household. He can lead. It's not based on how much he makes that determines if he's the leader of the household.
Right.
So.
And there's some men out there that are very good managers of money.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? They know how to finagle some stuff around. They're very strict on making sure so much goes into savings every month. Very strict, where that might not be my strong point. I got a little extra. Shoot, I want to buy an outfit. Let me, so leadership comes with a whole bunch more responsibilities, when it comes to managing our money. I think if he makes less than me, I think it's doable, especially if he's good at managing money. Yeah.
See, with all this high value talk and get yourself a 6-figure man, we are shutting ourselves down, or we're shutting our dating pool down because first of all, there's not enough men going around that make 6 figures. True. Second of all, we don't know if those men that make the 6 figures are available. True. Third of all, we don't know that the men that make the 6 figures will be attracted to us. So while we're starting, fourth of all, we don't know if we deserve it of a man that makes 6 figures. We don't know if that man will be attracted to us. It's all kind of things that fall into that equation. And you hear this high value man bullshit, and they're saying that they can cheat on you. They're not saying about high character and high morals and high values. They can cheat on you because they make 6 figures and they're exploring their options.
And they don't have to marry you.
Yeah.
And you got to give it up. You got to give it up as soon as you go on a date past 5 o'clock because he's a high value man.
And they're exploring their options. And when they cheat on you, they just have the resources to give you bigger forgiveness prizes and, extra the long stem roses, the 4-star restaurant. Right. Fuck that shit. You're gonna fool around. You're not gonna. Everybody gonna die alone. Let me tell you that. Everybody is going to die alone because we came here alone. But you're shutting down you're blocking yourself out from men that don't make six figures or men that make 40,000. Like we said, if he's over here on the east side paying his bills and I'm over here on the west side paying my bills, we'd rather be separate than to find a way that we can put this money together and come up. There are great men that make under six figures.
True.
There are great men that make under six figures that have houses, boats. They go on trips.
Absolutely.
So if your first thought is to ask a man how much they make and he says 40 G's and you shut him down, you might have just shut down your man. Because like I say, he might have 40, 50 G's worth of savings.
Yep.
Exactly.
Like Adrianne said, he might recycle bottles and cans on the weekend. He might have a side hustle that he has never told you about. He might be very resourceful with his money. He may have a little business. He might have 2 or 3 streams of income. So we got to think bigger than that. An example would be, let's say you meet a man, he makes 40,000 and he checks everything on your list. And you check everything on his list except for he wants to purchase a house and you want to purchase a house. Neither one of you can qualify by yourselves.
Facts.
So instead of going out and flossing and getting some red bottoms and getting to restaurants, I got a suggestion for you. Why don't you take a date to the bank? If you can see yourself with this man, if this man has all these qualities, if you can see yourself with this man for 5 years, 5 years, how about going to the bank? Individually opening up a savings account. I ain't saying together, because I don't want you to feel like a punk ass bitch and him feel like a punk ass nigga. Go to a bank and individually open up an account. Let's use $500. And we commit to putting $500 a month into an account. At the end of 1 year, what you got? $6,000, right? You can see yourself with this man for 5 years. Everything is going good. There's no money problems or nothing. At the end of 5 years, what you got? $30,000, right? Individually, Neisha got 30. I'm Jerome. Jerome got. Neisha got 30. I'm Jerome. Jerome got 30. Collectively, we got 60,000. Now. We have the money to put down on a house. He can have his man cave. He can have his electric lawnmower.
Yeah.
You can have your little whatever furniture you want. And we got a nest egg. That's how we're going to have to learn to work together. Or let's say after 5 years, y'all really ain't feeling each other no more. You still got some money that you can use to put a down payment on your house. He can put a down payment on this house. Or you can go into business together. Y'all can rent that house out. You see what I'm saying? There's so many opportunities that we have when we work together. And I just find it tragic that we say we're all we got. And then we put all these options and roadblocks and red signs in front of each other. We have to think of a way to work together. The American dream was created by a white man, not with us in mind. So we're going to have to find a way, and their resources have surpassed us. So we're going to have to find a way to create the Black American dream in America, not their way, our way. And that might mean we might have to do something a little different. We might have to be a little more disciplined. We have to be a little sacrificial. But we can do it.
Absolutely.
And I say we're turning our backs on good men and good women because of how much they make.
Good point.
Good points. I agree. I agree. But I think that the way the social media platform is set up right now, we have a lot of so-called relationship gurus telling women that they need to go after men that makes a certain amount to even consider him husband material. And then you have a lot of relationship gurus telling men that she needs to look a certain way to be wife material. And it's not your traditional, what, your parents look like 2 generations ago. It's different. It's, you know what I mean? It's different. It's like if we're being realistic, our parents and our parents' parents and parents, they weren't high earners. Mm-mm. They were high value, right? They were high value. That's why I could never, how much you make doesn't determine if you're high value. How much you earn determines if you're a high earner, intermediate earner, a low earner. Like that's what it is. But people's value today, in today's time, is being determined on how much they make, especially on the men's side. Because let's be honest, you have a lot more women in today's time that are making more than the men. A lot, not all, but a lot of us are making more money than most of the men that we have in our circles. That still doesn't determine if this person is worth entering a relationship with or worth entering a marriage with. It doesn't determine that. But if you're listening to your quote unquote relationship gurus who happen to be single, happen to be divorced, happen to never been married, they will lead you with this false hope that she needs to look like your IG model, and he needs to make 6 figures or more, and which I still don't get why 6 figures of all numbers, but six figures, because I mean it's a range. It's a range. I mean it could be 100. It can be 100,000, or it could be 900,000. Yeah, like where we're at, and if you make 100,000, that's not.
As far as inflation is concerned,
that's not enough, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough. After taxes, you're still going to be right a little under that 100K. So you're still not going to be at that level. Don't ask me why I know. Just know I know. So I think that we do a disservice when we dismiss people based on, oh, you only make 50,000? Sorry. Oh, you only make 35,000? Sorry. Oh, you only make 40,000? Sorry. When some of our parents, the reason why they were able to afford the house and everything else that came with it was because mommy and daddy actually put their incomes together.
True.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you ladies something. Most of these males that are listening to these alleged
relationship gurus,
you know they don't make 6 figures.
Right.
Because they wouldn't have time to be on the internet for 4 hours every day listening to another man tell them how to get a woman. The men that are movers and shakers out here, they don't know nothing about the teachings of these so-called gurus, relationship specialists. Right. They don't.
Yeah.
And when you put stock on how a woman looks and she got to be a dime, how's that working out for Dwayne Wade? How's that working out for Kanye West? How's that working out for Will Smith?
Yeah.
How is that working out? We what about a person's character? What about their morals and their values and their principles? We have to learn how to be a team. A relationship is a team. If you feeling each other, you're going to put your resources together. That's going to be the majority way that we are going to be able to survive. Period.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So true. Yeah. Nowadays, it's almost impossible to make it without a second income. You know what I mean? You almost have to. And although I know income is important, you know, what they make is important. However, like you were saying, we're missing out on a whole group of individuals that are probably good or have the ability, once we put everything together and we work together as a team and we have this partnership, we can blow up. You know what I mean? So we have to be mindful of the amount of people we're dismissing just on this false sense of number that we're sticking in our head. There are some good dudes out there that's making, you know, not the biggest amount of money, but they're very resourceful. They're very good with managing their funds. They're very good at making sure the household is taken care of. So I think it's kind of crazy for us to dismiss them altogether. Is it important that we have the money? Yeah, absolutely. But once we're together, shoot, we can make stuff happen.
Absolutely.
I think what's happening is a lot of females have some realistic expectations. A lot of females have some entitlement issues. A lot of females are out their lane. They're trying to do what they see reality stars do and have what reality stars have, and trying to emulate their lives or live vicariously through these entertainers and these rappers and, you know, these people that we see on TV. Know your worth. Know what you want. And that's how you pick the man. Leadership. He has to exude leadership before you even get with him. And you can see where he's going to take you by where he is at right now. And if he's in a great place right now, somewhere where you could see yourself wanting to align yourself with him, then you know it's going to be okay. Like we said, we don't date potential. And when we say potential, somebody that's just trying to give us some pipe and then selling us some pipe dreams.
Yes.
But potential could be that he got some things in the works. And he's on it every day. He's diligent and on in trying to make this come to fruition. That's potential also. That he's done a few things and he's hitting and he's missing, but he will not be defeated. That's potential too. You know, we have to see where this man is coming from and what you want. Everybody don't want a man with 6 figures. And we don't need to shame people when they just want to live the little comfortable life. They're not into the designers. They can just wear T-shirts and jeans and be happy. They just want a man to love on them. And they want to cook some food and get fat. And they don't want a Mercedes or a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. They're cool with a little Nissan Sentra or whatever. They just need something to get them from A to B. All this materialistic things don't mean nothing to them if they have the right connection with the right individual. You know what I'm saying? So don't sell yourself short, but don't be so entitled that you end up with nothing.
Right. I'm in agreement with that.
I agree with that as well.
I'm definitely in agreement with that. Like that entitlement issue definitely has to go out the door because that can block you from your potential spouse.
You got females. I saw a video where she said, "If you don't have $400 or $500, you can't even take me out on a date."
Ooh,
wow.
That's what I mean by
entitlement.
Yes.
Now check
Absolutely.
it out. And we just did a broadcast. What was the broadcast that we did about? Damn it, I think it was yours, and we was talking about going Dutch.
Abstaining. Let's go Dutch.
And he wanted to keep his money. If a man spent $500 every time he went out with a woman to try to prove
his manhood,
not as even
and if he's relationship material,
what you can expect by being with him, he gonna be broke.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to pay attention to a dude that's extra flossy every time you go out, because when it's time for some real stuff, he ain't gonna be able to take care of it. He's gonna be straight broke. And I get it. They're trying to impress.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a point. Okay, like I got you and they really like you and all this, but dude, you got to be smart. And we have to be smart too and not allow for that. No, you don't have to do it. Last time we had a nice date. It was beautiful. Let's do something a little different this time. Let's go over here to Sizzler and have all you can eat shrimp for $9.99.
You love that damn Sizzler. That's your thing.
That bread is bomb. Okay, but but we end up missing out on good guys because we want them to wine and dine, and that's cool. But there's a time for it. The first couple of days when they done impressed you, don't insist that every single time that you go out that they take you to the most expensive places and buy you the most expensive gifts. That's not smart. That's not smart.
But even we have to stop turning our noses down to a man that doesn't have on the designer tennis shoes or the designer jeans or the shirt or because you don't know, that man might have some money.
Okay.
True.
Those
you know
usually
what
be
I'm
the
saying?
ones that do.
And we have to stop wanting a man to spend his money and like Adrianne said, oh no, that's okay. Oh no, that's not needed, sweetie. Let's save some money.
Yeah.
We want a nest egg. Men want to have a woman that wants him to have some shit in the future. Not just we just going from day to day, weekend to weekend, party turn up. We don't need to turn up every day. So you have to encourage your man. We don't need to turn up.
Exactly.
We can turn up right here.
Yeah.
We can get a strobe light in the living room. We can have a picnic basket in the living room. We can do some real fun, creative things. And I think that man will acquiesce more to you when he sees that you about him trying to have something. It takes time to accumulate things. Things don't happen overnight. Some people get lucky and they blow up. But can we blow up together?
That's right. That's right.
Can we open up this account and see what happened? Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, say it doesn't work out in 2, 3, 4 years. You both have some money that you never would have had if you wouldn't have had a plan for one another. True. And if the breakup, if we end up breaking up, it's not as harsh as it was. Again, like I said, he spent all his money.
Right.
You made each other better.
Exactly.
And again, you might have a good friend. So now they know when they get with somebody, oh, she didn't have a plan like Neisha. You know, she didn't have a plan like Mona. She didn't have a plan like Adrianne. She was trying to help me get somewhere. You can't make a man a leader. It got to be in him.
Absolutely. True.
But when you see it in him, don't try to take it away from him.
Agreed.
See if you can add something verbally. Make some suggestions. Have him see it in a different way. Yes, he can't lead with 40,000. He gotta feel he a leader with nothing. Because he's supposed to be a man. And a man is leading, he leads by problem solving, by helping you do some things that you didn't know, by going out in the world and learning some things and bringing it back. And so we can readjust. We can get to a better place. Yeah. Like you say, you might not want him to stay that way because of inflation.
Right.
And things go up.
Right.
And our wages don't go up.
Right.
So, yeah, just don't shut a man down because he makes $40,000 or he makes less than you. You might miss out on an opportunity to have your man.
True. Agreed.
Yeah.
I guess, too, I would be confused on how does that even work? Like, when you're first meeting someone, like, hi, my name is Neisha, and how much do you make?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you
does that even come up in conversation?
Yeah, how do you get that in conversation?
Because at the end of the day, if you don't like that person for who they are without any money, you don't give a damn how much money they got.
This is true. This is true.
Because you know why? It ain't your money.
This is true.
Right.
F your money. I don't like you. I don't want another new dress with a tag in the closet. Do you know how many rich women or how many women have gotten with rich men and they are miserable and then they go and sleep with the poor dude?
Yes.
Are they going cheap with the poor man? Because they got some character. They got some swag about themselves. They got a mouthpiece that can make you feel good. Materialistic things don't make you feel good. And we all want them. And we all need them. And we all need money. But we want some character, too. We want some morals and some values. And we want a man that really wants to love on us and take care of us. And us have a good time and shit. You know? And money don't take... You don't need money for that all the time.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Good talk. Final thoughts? I'm gonna start with you, Adrianne.
I think, like we've said, 40,000. You can make it work. You can make it work. I think we need to stop dismissing guys just simply on how much money they make. Look at the character. Look at the their potential and their drive. Are they driven to do something? Do they talk about some of their dreams? Have you seen them? Put some of that into action. It's so much more. And I think, like we were saying, you end up missing out on a real good guy just because right now he's making 40,000 or that he's making 40,000, but he's able to finagle and do some stuff. I think we need to look a little bit deeper. Yeah.
I say, especially for 20-year-olds. We ain't talking to old people.
Yeah.
We know better. Yeah.
You know, we 20-year-olds, make it crack. Because here's the thing, they're already saying that we hit the wall.
At 30.
And now they went down to 28. So we hit the wall, and that the men don't get financially secure until they're 45. So that system is flawed right there, because what happens to these group of people, the women that are 28 that don't have no men, they got to go to the 45-year-olds?
Oh, wow.
So now we in pervert land. And then when the men do hit 45, we missing out on a whole section of women, because now those women are now in their 40s and they don't want them. They want the 20-year-olds. So we're talking to the young ladies. Get with you with a man that wants something and work together as a team. Because if you don't know how to work together as a team, you're being very selfish. At 40, 50, and 60 years old, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, if he ain't got it, he ain't gonna get it. There are some exceptions. I don't want nobody to come on here and talk about niggas, women, men can always upgrade and men can always do this. But basically, at a certain point in time, if he ain't got it, he ain't got it. Work with what you can. Get what you can. Be genuine. Be honest. And, hey, try to make something happen. 2 heads, 2 incomes, 2 eyes, 2 mouths, 2 ears is better than one.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And for me, I would just say, don't, like we said, don't miss your blessing or your potential husband solely because of how much he makes. I think a man can lead a household, not only because he makes $40K, but because he knows how to run it. A good leader knows how to make things happen. They know how to look at their partner and be able to say, you know what, she's better at budgeting than I am, so I'm going to let her run that. She's better at cooking, so I'm going to let her do that. She's better at, starting up a business, writing up contracts than I am. I can let her do that. But I know how to manage money better, so I'll handle that. I know how to go outside, provide, protect. I can do that from this angle. When we put our funds together, we know that we can make this potential business go up or invest and make stuff happen together as a good leader. That can happen, and it's not depending based on how much his earnings is in a year. It's not. So I definitely think that we shouldn't dismiss a person just because they make under 6 figures. Mm-hmm. That invisible number, and I'm using air quotes since that's the talk of the social media platforms right now. I also would say be careful who you listen to, because there's a lot of people out there that's giving advice, telling you how they would move and what they would do, but they've been practicing and preaching the same information for years. And when you look at their background, they don't practice what they preach. Mm-hmm. So be very careful. And I'm saying this to the younger people because you don't want to wake up and blink and be like, oh, I'm 30, or oh, I'm 40, or oh, I'm 50, and I've been listening to so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so, and just like them, you're still single too. Mm-hmm. Get you some people that really want to see you win. Get you a circle of women and men that really want to see you succeed in a healthy relationship with someone, no matter, if they make 40K, 80K, 30K, 100K, get you some people in your circle that could be like, oh, that's workable. We can upgrade him. We could show him how he can move differently. We could show him what I have to bring to the table as a team so that he knows not only am I valuable, but he needs me in his life. Mm-hmm. Get you some women in your life that's open to showing you how to do that. And men too, because there are some men out there that really want to see us come together as a unit, really want to bring that family back together, really want to see us win. Start listening more to them instead of the ones that's saying this person needs to look like the IG model for you to even consider this person wife material, or this person needs to make insert dollar amount for you to consider them husband material. Get you some people in your life that teach you different and look at their backgrounds and see if they have to offer what they're talking about, because it's a lot of miserable people out there that are spewing their hate and this and toxic thinking of in their lives of what they've experienced onto others. And you have people jumping on that bandwagon and they're doing it too.
Trauma bonding.
Yes, they're trauma bonding. And you see it. That's why they're creating more and more platforms where you have groups of people sitting in there and they're arguing and fighting on camera. You know what I mean? Those not the people that you want to listen to, because they don't really have your best interests at heart anyway. They don't.
Can I add one more thing before you're done?
Yes.
Go outside.
Yes.
Get off these social media platforms where everybody is miserable. Go meet somebody.
Yes.
Keyword, he wants to create a legacy. Keyword, he wants to be married, if that's what you want. Look for keywords. See what he's building. See what his 5-year plan is. See what he's trying to accomplish in his life, and if that fits in with your plans.
Absolutely. And I mean, one of the questions that I always ask when I'm getting to know somebody is, how do you let a woman know that she's valuable to you? How do you do that?
Good question.
And you can do it in reverse, because he can ask you the same question. How do you let him know that he's valuable to you? And if it's just solely based on, oh, well, how much you make, then you know that's not the one for you. If it's solely based on, well, because you're fit and feminine, then you know that made that right. Yes. Then you know where you stand.
So
but,
all the homies could be
right,
okay,
right.
That's you.
But you an airhead.
right. But if you start to ask questions like that, men tell you, they're open books. Same with women. They tell you, start asking the right questions if you really, serious about finding someone that's going to be a good leader in your life. Someone that you can trust to lead and not question and be like, well, I don't know. Right. Start doing that, because there's people out there that really, like I said, want to see this happen in our community. Start listening to them. And yes, like Mona said, go outside. It's beautiful outside. It's sunny. There's people out there that really want to meet and get to know people. There's
get your
events.
Sexy on, get your smile
there's
on.
events. Like, apply it. Like, start talking to people in person, because some people say things on these social media platforms behind these screens, but when you see them in person, it's a whole different story. And you be like, but I thought. Good
they
to
fat,
know.
They woman fat.
Yeah.
They broke. She broke. They living from paycheck to paycheck. But when they go live,
I would never. Like,
hell out of here.
Shut up. Do it. Do what's best for you, but make smart decisions. Otherwise, you are going to be alone. And if that's not if that's not the plan for you, if that's not what you want, because some people are comfortable in that position, but if that's not what you want, get out there and start asking the right questions and start moving a little different. And that's my final thought. That's the end of this topic. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, click on that notification bell. And
leave us a comment.
Of what you think. If you feel like we need to do a continuation or we left something off, feel free to let us know, because we definitely read them comments. And that is it for tonight. BGP, we are out.